Right, so welcome back to the channel. Just a quick one. Thanks for everyone's patience in like the videos. It's just hard getting them out at the minute, but thanks to everyone that's subscribing, liking, still chatting with everyone in the comments and over on Instagram at Carfully UK. So yeah, but let's jump straight into the video. Today we're getting the TT ready for its MOT, but this will work for any car that's going for its MOT. The MOT is a test you have to have in England for if your car's 3 years old. It has to have an MOT every year to make sure that it's roadworthy. So today the MOT is due in the TT. We're going to get it ready, but like I said, this will work for any car. It's the same principles. Every car has to pass the same exact tests. So we're going to start off inside, because I'm inside. So the first you want to look for is you want to turn on your engine. The inside is the easiest place to start because it's got the least amount of stuff. It's mostly for the outside and sort of roadworthiness of the vehicle. But if you start off inside, if I grab the camera, if you look here, you got to check and make sure you got no warning lights. So obviously here we've got seatbelt, I haven't got seatbelt on, and the handbrake. But other than that, we're clear of warnings. I've already checked the computer. Always check your internal computer, make sure there's no warnings you haven't seen, but we're clear of warnings. And what you also want to do is just give your horn a press, make sure your horn's working and people can hear it. It's a petty one but thing. So let me get the camera back over. Also, you want to check your handbrake's working. So I know this handbrake is working. If the car's rolling, it stopped the car from rolling. Little quick test, but again, make sure you check it. It's a big one. So let's turn the car off. Now, the next test, you want to check all of your seat belts. So you want to check, if you do that the seat belt pulls back, and you want to give your seat belt a quick look over and make sure there's no damage at all. So we'll just check this one. I've checked the rest and they're all fine. But you just want to check the actual seat belt itself, make sure there's no damage, make sure this isn't twisted or damaged in any way, and then you just want to give it a sharp tug and make sure that it catches, so that would help you in the event of a crash. I think that's it for the inside, so let's jump outside and we'll have a look. Quickly before we jump out, I'm going to turn on the headlights, we'll turn on our fog lights, and we'll turn on, can't find the button, we'll turn on our hazards. But so let's get out, let's check these lights that I've already put on. So lights and bulbs are a very big one. Lights and bulbs, people foul on that all the time, and it's the pettiest of petty ones. Bulbs cost like £2, you're going to foul a whole MOT over bulbs. So what we're going to do, we're going to get down, our headlights are on, our hazard lights are on, in the wing mirrors, they're flashing. Let's quickly check around the back. And that's it, our rear lights are working fine. If you see, both are on and our headlights are flashing. So what I'm going to do now is my lovely assistant will jump inside the car and check our brake lights, our reverse lights and our indicators. So I'll ask my lovely assistant to jump in. We'll quickly cut to when we're checking them. Also, our fog lights are working fine as well. So they're good. Check your number plate lights are working. Also check that your number plate is clean and can be read. I will give mine a wipe over because it needs a wipe over, but check the number plate's clean and that it can be easily read. So now we check the brake lights. So if we press the brake, there you go, all brake lights are lighting up fine. We let it go. If we press it again, there you go, you can see all our brake lights are working. If we turn the hazards off, turn left indicator on, right indicator on, if we check reverse, and there you go, both the reverse lights. So if I quickly sweep round, back around to the front, if we do the right indicator again, there you go, and the other side, and there we go, and you can see it flashing the thing. So that's it. So that's all the lights checked, let's jump on to the next check. So we're going to jump onto these tyres. Now the tyres are the biggest single failure for MOTs in the UK. People just don't check them, and a lot of people don't understand like with your tyres. So with your tyres, you want to check there's no breaks, cracks or gouges around the outside wall of the tyre. So anywhere around there, you don't want any cracks, any breaks, any big lumps out of it, any sort of cracking, anything like that. We're sort of in good condition there, to be fair. And we also need to check if your tread depth. Now, hold on, I wrote this down because I wasn't sure. I think it's 1.6, let me check quickly. Yeah, so it's 1.6 millimeters minimum tread depth. If there's anything below that, then it'll be a failure. So you want to, an easy way to check it is if you get a standard English 20p piece and you put it in, we're a bit low here. We'll do it on the front tire. Let me jump to the front. So as you can see, now you can see quite a good surface of the tyre. I've lost my 20p. And there we go. Right, so as you can see again, checking the sidewall for any damages, gouges. We seem to be alright on this one as well. What you want to do is drop your 20p in like that, and if this border where it says pence, the border line around there disappears, then you're good. So we'll drop that in. We're fine, we're fine, we're fine. We've got loads of life left in these, loads of life. These are quite new Pirellis that we put on, so we sort of seem to be alright with them. You need to check that on all four corners. I won't bore you today by going around all four, I'll check it my own time. But check it on all four corners. Like I said, the biggest reason for failure is tyres. It's such a, just check them. At the end of the day, most cars, you can get some part worn somewhere for like 30 quid. So don't just chuck anything on to get you through your MOT, and then you can worry about getting some Pirellis or whatever later on. But the main thing is making sure the car's roadworthy and safe. If you've got your family in the car and that, you want to have good tyres on the car. You can have a nice car with crap tyres. It's a complete false economy. So let's move on to the next point. Right, so the next one is bonnet and boot. So this is a problem I recently fixed, which will be coming up in a video shortly, which I fixed my bonnet release because it was broken. What you want to do is you want to release your bonnet and release your boot. So we'll start off with the boot. You want to make sure it releases, opens, closes and locks securely. So just make sure it's not loose, it's not broke. As you can see there, we're fine. Same for the bonnet. But we're going to jump under the bonnet before we check that it latches back fine. So if we quickly unlatch the bonnet, now what you want to check, another quick one, fluids. You want to check your coolant, your brake fluid, your oil, and a big one that people forget, your screen wash. So I know I need some screen wash. I've got some in the boot, so I will be topping that up. I seem to be fine, absolutely fine on coolant. I'm absolutely fine on brake, and I think it does need a little drip of oil. So I will be putting in a drip of oil and topping the coolant up. Oh, that's just some water. I will be topping the coolant up. I will be topping the screen wash up because you need to have screen wash in your car to pass the MOT. It's a minor one. Again, I bought a massive 3-litre screen wash for like £5. So quick fix, but could be a big problem for the MOT. So again, check your bonnet, closes down, latches securely, and that's fine. Please go past, and that latches securely. I will also be reattaching the front number plate for the MOT. Well, then we can argue about this in the comments, but I will be reattaching it for the MOT. I've got some new fasteners I'll show you, or add a picture I'll show in another video. Right, on to the next thing. So a couple more quick tiny points. Obviously they check a lot of stuff underneath the car, sort of like all your suspension, make sure there's no leaks and that. Unless you've got a ramp, we're not getting underneath, so we're just doing the best we can to hopefully make sure it's not going to fail on anything minor. At least if something else happens, it's out of your control. You've done the best you can. So we're going to quickly check another one. To be fair, I never really knew they checked until I was researching for this video. But you want to check, don't take no notice of how messy it is inside my fuel cap, but you want to check and make sure your fuel cap shuts, locks securely, it's not loose or damaged in any way. Ours is a bit battered, but it's fine. And your fuel door, there you go. Bit funny because of that, but yeah. So you just want to check your fuel cap, make sure there's no leaks, make sure it's not damaged, make sure the rubber seals are intact. Nextly, is that a word? Anyway, you want to check your power steering. So what we'll do for that is we'll start it up. You just want to check power steering turn. It's not good to dry steer the car, but for this we'll do it. Just want to check it locks, moves freely, and there you go. I'm happy with that. Power steering seems to be absolutely fine, and that's just another one. But you can just check quickly. Another quick one while we're here: mirrors. What you want to check is that your mirrors, again, are clean. So make sure. 2 cleanness points: clean off your number plates, make sure they're visible, easily read, and make sure your number plates are legal. If they're not in like the perfect font and the gaps and all that stuff, I know people like to mess it when they've got private plates, that's a failure. Also with your mirrors, you want to make sure they're clean, and you want to make sure the glass is undamaged, so no cracks or breaks on the glass. Talking of damage on the glass, you also want to jump round to your window screen. Now as for window screens, you want to make sure there's no cracks or chips. You can get away, this is another one, I'm going to quickly look this up, I don't want to give you any false information. So you can get away with a crack, as long as it's not larger than 40 millimeters, and it has to be over there. If it's in this window wiper, it's very cold, if it's in this window wiper's swoosh area, then it can't be more than 10 millimeters. So basically, you just want to make sure there's no chips or cracks. Now, I haven't even looked at that, other than maybe, but luckily, we seem to be fine. Yeah, we seem to be completely okay, but yeah, like I said, you just want to make sure there's none, basically. There is a little leeway, but it's a very minor leeway, so just try and make sure there isn't any. It's just best safe. Windscreens, I know they're not cheap, but if you get a crack, the windscreen can shatter, it can pop. It has actually happened to me on a car before. Another story for another time. So just be careful with that. It's a dangerous one. Make sure as well. No, please, sir. Make sure as well. It's one you. I know we said we couldn't get underneath. Make sure your exhaust isn't rattling or moving. Give it a little shake. Make sure it's not loose, or you can hear any sort of mad noises that would indicate like a hole. Hold on, now we've got a screwer. Yeah, that would indicate a hole or anything like that in it. That's a failure. If you've got a like, damaged exhaust, or it ain't on the hangers or anything. So just one you can sort of check by giving it a little rattle. Just on the mirrors as well, and I've been guilty of this myself, they have to be secure on the car. So I know that we wrap them in tape and that, sometimes I've done it, but they just have to be secure on the car, so just be careful of that. That's another quick favour. But like, other than that, I think we are pretty much ready to go. Like I said, I am going to put a little air in the tyres, I'm going to put a little oil in the car, and I'm going to put some screen wash in the car. Also, another one, come on, fuel. Make sure you've got enough fuel for the M.O.T. They're very funny about that. Just chuck £20 fuel in the car. Just make sure it's got enough fuel, because they run the engine for a while to check the emissions. Obviously we can't do that, you need a special machine, but they check the emissions on the car, so you leave it running for a while, and it has to have some fuel in it. So just make sure you fuel up before you go. Like I said, check your fluids, check your tyres, check your tyres. Like I said a million times, like I said, biggest reason for failure in the UK, people do not check their tyres. Check your tyres. And yeah, like I said, other than that, just a few things. If you follow them few things, hopefully we'll get through the M.O.T. Hopefully the TT will get through the M.O.T. So I'll give you an update. Keep your eye out on the Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at CarFollow UK. Keep your eye on the Instagram, see if the TT passes the M.O.T. or not. But yeah, stay tuned to the channel. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. Everyone that's subscribed so far, thank you so much. Loads of people watching don't subscribe. Please subscribe, it means the world to me. Really helps the channel progress further. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next video. Keep your eyes open, a lot more to come.